So my role here is client FD. So what I do is look after a portfolio of clients, majority in the creative and digital sector, and what we do is deliver the strategic advice and the planning. So all things around budgeting, planning, forecasting, they're the things that we get nitty-gritty in. But one thing that we do right at the beginning, before we start getting to the good stuff, is actually getting involved and understanding the business. Accountancy, I've loved it from day one. I've loved helping my family run businesses. That's where I got the interest in accountancy. Once I started doing that, you realise that accountancy is not just a science but an art as well. And then looking at the tax side of things, you have to be creative, not just in a way where you're trying to mitigate tax in a most efficient manner, but it's actually thinking what are the variables that you need to turn in order to get the outcome for your client. And it's that challenge and that problem solving is what excites me the most about any sort of tax planning. Yeah, so tax is where I am and what I want to specialise in. So yeah, that is a fundamental piece of my day-to-day responsibilities, is making sure that the rest of the team are up to date with relevant legislation, what tax planning opportunities are there and what conversations they're having with the clients, and making sure that it's not all in my head and I'm not the only person that knows about it, but everybody else knows about things. Yeah, I might be the person that execute or deliver the session, but ultimately it's about educating the rest of the team in order for them to do that for the same for the clients as I would. For me, the things that set me up was coming to MAP, getting the exposure that I had and the challenges that bring with it, working with bigger businesses and more complex businesses. That's what it is, a strive off the pressure. So when someone's breathing down your neck, giving you pressure, saying find a solution, 9 times out of 10 you'll find a solution that works for everyone. The ultimate goal is to make sure that our clients are operating in the most tax efficient manner. That is the ultimate goal. The biggest one that I've done is set up an EMI scheme for a client who's a tech-based company, consultancy side business. The founder is very receptive to everything that we talk about, and he was just looking at, we had a 3-month investigation plan to look at what was the best solution for his clients and his employees, and we worked out that the EMI scheme is going to be the best one. And then sitting down, going through the whole process right from the legal side to actually implementing the EMI scheme and regularly reporting on it was the biggest one that we've done. I'm a big believer in that you have to be invested in your clients in order for them to give them any sort of specialist advice. I've worked really closely with them, and for me the thought leadership comes from, we specialise in digital agencies, and that's what I want to focus. There's no point of me focusing on what the best tax processes are for a manufacturing company when that's not really relevant to my client base. And what I want to do is make sure that I cover everything for the digital agencies and the tech and creative industry, and make sure that nothing is going unturned and everything is open and available to them. Numbers tell you one thing, but them numbers also make a person feel a certain way, and it's putting them two together, which I think is a skill set that I've improved on. Everyone gets into business for a certain reason, whatever that may be. It's making sure that you tie it back to that all the time, and there's an underlying reason why you're doing that, and being able to deliver that and tying back together is key, which I think at MAP is fundamental for us. Paul's very much about supporting and empowering his colleagues and his staff, and making sure that they can be the best, not just the best to his standard, but better than him. And that's where I think I've been able to flourish in that area, is because that trust there and that support is there when needed, and in order for me to grow as a person.